Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Night of the Dead. It's wave 94. Yes, we are hammering through these quick sharp this week, trying to get to wave 100 for the weekend. And oh, here comes a zombie attack just when I want it. So what I'm looking for is, does the trapdoor work? Now they should be pathing towards the bait in the middle of the trap, in the middle of the base. They might not even live as far as getting to the trapdoor, but we'll see. I've also noticed when they fall off some of these floor pieces, you can see down below, they can get back on again, rather than having to path all the way back to the beginning. Oh, that's an error. I don't want them to be able to do that. I want them, if they get knocked off, they have to go all the way back to the beginning. But to resolve that would actually mean I would need to raise the whole base higher. All of it. It's not really something I fancied. Oh, there he goes. He got knocked off and started again. So while the trapdoor is functioning, they're pathing okay. I'm just not sure what's going to happen when the trapdoor runs out of charges. I'm hoping the extra pathing and what I've added or taken away from the size of the base is going to be okay. But yeah, it's a little disappointing that when they're going around, they're actually managing to get back on when they get knocked off. The whole point of those palisades on the outside is so that those sorts of things don't happen as well. They get knocked off into a channel and they channel all the way around to the front again. Ah. Let me think on it. Let me look on it. At least I know that the pathing size is working. The thought of trying to raise the whole base is like, no. Even the concept of trying to raise the whole base would be just so painful. Because if I raise these up slightly, all the walls are going to be at the wrong height. All these pillars are going to be at the wrong height. The roof above is going to be at the wrong height. The bit I got in the middle then will be wrong because there'll be too much of a gap, and I'd have to raise the palisades. If I raise the palisades, I'd have to raise the central pathing. It would just literally mean the whole thing would need to be destroyed. Every square would have to be destroyed and raised higher. Let me see if there's another solution. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, it's not the perfect solution, but if I target a few of the key places where they can sometimes get knocked off and I don't want them to get back on, I can do things like this, whereby there's enough of a railing there that I don't really think that's going to stop them from being knocked off. But they can't use it as a place to get back on, because that will definitely be too high. I mean, I can't jump these anyway, but they can. So, yeah, maybe along this edge, because the cutters do a great job of knocking them back off. If I put just a little lip, I really don't have the branches to be using such an expensive tool. I mean, walls you can almost do it with. You can kind of, you can, they're too high. You can kind of like create half blocks, but then I might as well just stop them coming off altogether, and that's not what I want. I want them to be able to get knocked off. I mean, I'm not that fussed because it's when they get knocked off from the top is when I win, yeah. If they get knocked off the edge at the top, then that's the win. Because it's not just the trapdoor then, it's all those knocking offs that really matter. yeah, that's when I get the big victory wins. It's not these little things here. See, that's not going to stop them from coming off, but it's something from coming back on. Yeah, if they just manage to hop back on these sides, it's not the end of the world. Although I could like get, yeah, I would get a couple of extra zombies running back to the front. It's when they get knocked off up here. It's the win. They're not going to take any damage from the fall, but they'll have to start all over again. I mean, if they do hop on down below, well, okay. Well, then they're still kind of starting all over again. Especially if they fall off right at the end, yeah. Because if this is finished and it's not working anymore and they have to path around here, these two are going to be cutters. And if these two are cutters, it should knock them off. Or knock them into the hole. Because that'll be a hole. And, well, this will be a cutter as well. And this will be a cutter. So there'll be 5 cutters there. Now, I know that means the exploders will be immune. Because they'll run underneath the cutters. That's fine. But the bosses, the big tall guys, they and the, you know, the green, the grey, and the butcher, they should get knocked back in the hole by all these cutters, because the cutters just fling them all over the place. So even if this is open, they should just get flung into the hole. So that would be pretty cool. That's what I will be doing. Well, I know I can do it for those 2. I can put cutters. The other 2, I'll need to put supports underneath for the walls. Because I do believe underneath this is just palisade. Let me just check where that hole is down below. Oh, wrong direction. Where that hole is, let me just rightfully check. Wrong one. Down this one. Yes, that's where the hole is. So there's nothing supporting the wall here. Or the wall here. So those walls are off the floor pieces. And you can't build a wall on the edge of a cutter. So if I change those 2 floor pieces to cutters, I will need to put some extra pole supports in to hold up the walls. And it's not the end of the world. But yeah, I will need to get some supports in. Because the height difference here, they'll be like this one, whereby getting them to attach is going to be tough. But I won't be doing that right away. I've got, now that I think the pathing is sorted, I will start to upgrade a lot more of this base now to metal. And start trying to put more traps in. I'm not going to replay any of these traps. All these traps here now have run out of count. I'm going to leave them. Because what I'm trying to test now as I put more traps in is the complexity. The node complexity. Because what I mean by node complexity, for those who don't quite understand, each square, each block, is made up of 10 smaller blocks. Yeah, and the easiest way to see it sometimes is, this is a good one. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the wood actually there in the middle is in 10 little stripes. So that's actually the size of the nodes. So there's 10 by 10 nodes make up a block. And you have 500 nodes of pathing before the A-star algorithm basically stops. And if it stops, it'll just attack the nearest thing, or it'll try and get to the bait directly through the walls. It'll take the most direct route to the as the crow flies, so to speak, to get to the target. So, if each one of these is made up of 10, then you can only have 50 of them. But it's a little bit more complicated than that, because if you can imagine, it's doing 10 nodes on this one, it's doing 10 nodes on this one, but then on this one, because they can cut the corner, it could only be like 3 or 4 nodes for it to actually do its pathing algorithm to get through this one. So a corner one can save potentially a lot of nodes for it to do its calculation on. But then if you've gone and put, say, this a cutter or something, the cutter's not so much. A good one would be, yeah, this. So this now they need a path around, so that's going to add a few more in the corner. But then it's going to hit the shredder, and hopefully it can path on the inside. But if you make it so it can't path on the inside, it'll then go, okay, well I need to add more nodes now to come out and around here and path over here to path back in. So suddenly you're adding a lot more nodes. So when you put like double shredders, yeah, so you force them to go through the center, it adds more complexity for the node algorithm to try and find a path through this. And although it should just be a straight count plus the bit to go into the middle, sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes the added complexity makes it go, oh no, I can't do that now, because the A star will only run so long before it times out, even though it's not 500 nodes, is what I found it on the other base, and that tends to happen. So if I have a shredder, two shredders here, yeah, but then I have it followed by a crusher, especially leading by a crusher. Well, no, never mind leading by a crusher, but followed by a crusher. What the algorithm will do, it'll go, oh, okay, can I get through here? Yes, I can get through here. And then if this is tight against the wall, it might go, oh, well, actually, no, I can't get out at the end because this block is in the way because of this trap. And then it'll go, okay, I need to do, you know, another recalculation of can I get through the middle? And this slows down the algorithm slightly, and because it does that, it times out. And then it goes, okay, even though I've only got the 450 nodes of my calculation, I'm going to time out now because it's too complex to try and find a path to get to the end. And we don't want to lag the game out when you've got, you know, 100 zombies on the screen just trying to save processing power. And it goes, okay, just attack the base. So you need to try and keep your pathing simple. You need to give them easy ways so that the algorithm can go, oh yeah, okay, this is fine, it's not too complex. I can resolve my 500 nodes in a timely fashion, and then it all works perfect. And I think you can push it, as I said, past 50 foundations if you're cutting corners, but not if you're making it complex. Yeah. The more complex you make it, the more it basically you're shooting yourself in the foot. Oh, these are really good for seeing the 10 squares because these actually are divided up quite nicely by 10 by 10. You can see that's where you get your 10 nodes. Yeah, so each one of these little tiny blocks is a node for it to calculate, for it to try and do an algorithm to go, oh, I can't go that way, I need to come this way a bit, and then, yeah. Right, anyway, that's enough of me. I need to get this building done, and we can get on with the other wave. Wave 94, so that we can get things in time for the weekend. It's pretty hectic here this week, getting all of these recorded in time for the Wave 100 for the Friday night. But I committed to doing it, so I'm going to just be pushing on with these episodes. Rapid fire, get them out as quick as I can so that everything is lined up perfectly for Friday night. So see you all in a moment. Right, there should be another daytime wave in a moment, and what I am waiting for is to see whether or not they are going to path without the trapdoor. So I've removed the trapdoor, which is going to simulate the trapdoor being completely used up. And I want to see whether or not they're going to path through this. And I don't have to wait for a zombie to get all the way up here. I'll know straight away by what the zombies are doing down below. If the zombies are not happily pathing around and they start attacking things, then clearly they're not going to path around the trapdoor. Now, it is possible for me to add another trapdoor at this location I'm looking at now, right in front of me, and add 2 other pieces of floor there. And that won't overall make much effect. If they can power this one, then if this one fails, all you're talking about is coming out one more block. Yeah? So it's 10 more nodes. They'll have to come out before they can then angle across and back in. But that 10 nodes coming out is no different than the 10 nodes they're going to have to come out here. Yeah, so they're going to have to come out 10 nodes here and come back in. Okay, they're going to be coming back in on an angle, so that the in's not much. Oh, here they come. But if they will path this, I'm pretty sure I can add another trapdoor. Looks like they're going to path. Let's get out of his way. Come on, don't die there. Thank you, keep going. And perfect, he fell off. That's exactly where I wanted. And he's backing all the way out. He's still trying to resolve his pathing. I can see him at the end there. And then he's trying to, that's it, his pathing is finally timed out and he started again. And he's gonna die. So that's perfectly where I want. I want them to get knocked off. And the fact that, you know, they land on the cutters down below is absolutely fine. Come on, you can make it. That cutter's now run out. Go on, fall off. Yeah, and he has to start over again. Okay, he jumped up onto that one, but he's actually walking because his pathing's trying to resolve. He's actually trying to finish his pathing, which means he's walking through all those traps anyway. And then in a moment, his path, yeah, it's resolved now, and it's going to start again. He's coming all the way back down through the traps, and he's don't know if he's going to make it or not. I don't know if there's any charges left in some of these traps. Oh, it sounds like he's going to make it. He's going to come all the way back up and fall off again. Or get killed by the cutters. So that's looking good. That's a lot of promise. As I said, I can now actually change this one in front of me and put another trapdoor in. Because it's the same amount of nodes difference that he's pathing now. It makes no difference. Likewise, I could put another trapdoor here instead, which would actually make more sense because that's going to drop them nearer the front. Although they did, when they fall off, they do tend to like carry on walking in that direction. But I could put one here. I'll have to have a look. Yeah, there's a post there to support, so I could put a trapdoor there and another cutter here. And I'd need another post from now, because if there's a trapdoor here, this also needs to be a floor over here. Because and then this column is actually going to make it slightly longer. So the better solution, even though it's closer, you know, it's not at the front, would still be here. Because you're just putting two floor pieces there. There's already a post there. I'd have to support this wall, but that's not a big deal. And you're not adding hardly any pathing. So rather than come to here and cut in the corner, they're just coming across and cutting the corner. Which, as I said, is kind of the same as what they're having to do across here anyway. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That's great. I need to go and get a lot more metal now. I'm out of metal. And we're nearly out of time, so I'll probably now skip to the waves. So see you all in a moment. Okay, one of the things I wanted to simulate this episode was a base failure. So I've removed the bait from in there so they don't go in there. And I'm going to stand kind of at the back here. They should spawn any moment. And then what I'm going to do is when they are, you know, reasonably close to me, I'm going to take the path that I will take if this, well, when this base fails, because I must admit, wave 100, I don't think this base is going to stand. especially if people are doing like crazy, you know, Benny Hills and all sorts of stuff. This base, I mean, it's going to struggle to be ready for wave 100. Never mind actually, you know, the whole wave. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think when the wave 2 triggers, I'll probably just abandon it. I'll just leave. Even if it's still standing, I might just say, well, that's enough. Time to go, you know. But we'll see. So, waiting for these zombies to make their... Is that one I can see over there then just spawned in? I thought I saw something fall from the sky. I'm just seeing things, maybe. No, I can't see any zombies, so still waiting. They should spawn any moment. And then, I know this episode's like going to be a lot longer than, you know, than the last one by a long stretch. But that's okay. There's things we wanted to cover on this one. I've actually put the second drop trap in. I've left a hole there to see if they path around it, but I haven't got time to do that this episode because this is the last, you know, daytime wave of the day. So I can't test the run back and test the, you know, the new design. So I'll have to do that next episode and see if they path correctly. If not, then I would like that second drop trap. I really would like that second drop trap. 20 drops is quite nice. The other thing I could do, obviously, would be to get myself a way to be able to replenish the first drop trap. Oh, here comes a zombie now. Is this how we go? We've just got the one. Where's your friends? Are they just not arrived yet, or what? Ah, here comes another one. Right, okay, so that'll do. Let's just start. The rest will catch up. So the base, we'll say, is just failed. They're coming down the last stretch towards the bait in sufficient numbers that I know that, you know, it's over. I have to leave. So I jump down there, I jump down here. I then head this way. Kiting a little bit as I go, maybe, using my gun. Shoot a few. Maybe flame the front of a couple, just to, you know, slow the masses down. This area now will have lots of traps in it. I've removed them purely for this test. Here comes a runner now at last. We've got a decent speed one. So this will have their traps back. So we'll run through these traps. And then they'll all run in and smash into the traps. And I'll cut down some more of the ones chasing me. That'll be nice. I will then, where this light is, I will run up. Oh, I will attempt to run up. I will run up the hill, but for some reason today I'm having trouble getting up. I'm up here now. Now that means they should... Oh, they pathed up after me. I didn't expect that. I did not expect that. Now I was actually going to remove one of these top pieces, wasn't I? Which I haven't for today. Yet again, that's a bit silly. I'm going to have to try and quickly remove one of these. I didn't even get the path ready. Whoa, that was impressive. Right, I'm making a right mess of this, but we got nice little zombies after us, so we'll run up here. That's already cut off, so we'll carry on running. With a whole mass of zombies hopefully behind me. The main train of bosses and fast ones and everything. I will then cut this corner. I could jump down there. I mean, there is the option for me to literally cut the corner. But then as I get to here, we should be fine. They should not be interested in me. And off he goes. And the rest of them that are coming across the top, likewise the same. We should then be able to run straight into the sausage factory and watch the sausage factory do its thing. Some of these traps are really low. Did I not replenish them after last night? Okay, that could be a problem. Maybe I need to replenish some of these traps before the wave hits us. But this was just to test the pathing, so all of those daytime zombies pathed fine. They all followed me, chased after me. We had no issues. So that'll be the plan on wave 100, I think. I'll stay down the bottom until wave 2 spawns, the big wave. And then I'm going to run and kite a little bit across the top. Come across here, come down into here, and bingo. Obviously, anybody trying to play, you know, the one where I stand and pose, I'll have to make a tactical decision whether or not I actually have time to stand and pose. Because if it's clearly an insta kill, well then there's no point, is it? Yeah. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Fantastic. Let's move forward to the wave. I hadn't actually finished repairing and sorting the base out from last episode, so that's leaving things a little close, a little fine, but it's sorted now. The base is, well, when I say it's sorted, there's lots of repairs that need to be had, especially further in and deeper in. Yeah, go on, I'll do a few of these bits of stone. Take a bit of damage. Yeah, there's a few repairs that need to be added further in, but they'll be fine. Those traps won't be destroyed by a single wave. They've got plenty of more damage, more hit points they can soak up first. So no worries. So, for the show, obviously, for the episode, it would be nice to have a pretty cool full-on wave. But I could do without one. I could do with an easy one. The reason for that, yeah, again, as I said, is just to conserve things for when we're doing a stream. Where am I at? 941. I've done my best to keep my tree branches as high as I can. But clearly, if we have a massive wave here, I burn up a load of tree branches. I mean, fuel's fine. I've got plenty of fuel stores. But if I have to do an awful lot of repairs, an awful lot of refills, right the way, you know, deep through the base. I can't remember what the count was last time, but say there was like 80 traps. Well, that's 160, isn't it? With a refill and a repair. Never mind anything else that needs to be done. Never mind the ones during the episode. So I'm going to burn through 200 branches if this is a busy wave. And we want to be keeping a load of branches so that when we're doing our streams, we don't care about that. We can just not even try and be cautious, but just spam as crazy as fast as I can, because I never know from one moment to the next whether or not I'm going to be doing a runaway. So I try and let things be reasonably well topped up at all times, even though that could cost me an extra, you know, 60, 80 branches. So here we go. As I said, for the wave, for the episode, it would be nice, I suppose, if we had quite... Oh, it's a boss. First monster's a boss. Would be nice if it was busy, but I don't mind if it's quiet. Purely because I'm going to be counting branches. Oh, wow, 2 bosses. That's the first 2 monsters. That's pretty, well... Ouch. I hope that's not a sign of things to come. But, yeah... 2 bosses, 2 monsters. Wow. Oh, another exploder. We were saying just the other episode we don't get to see many, and like buses, they all come along at once. Okay. The rest of the wave now seems to be pretty quiet-ish. Bunch of trash. Bunch of noisy trash. Oh, some more bosses coming. A nice butcher in there. Oh, 2 green bosses and a butcher. I mean, this wave 0 or this midnight assault has actually been busier than some of our 2 a.m. assaults. Well, maybe not quite. A little bit of an exaggeration there. But you know what I mean. Okay, it's going alright. It's nice. I mean, some of those guillotines at the back now are probably on 4s. Which just means it's not going to take many more bosses in a sudden rush to push in a bit deeper into the base. Oh, that one's out. Our crusher is almost out. Butcher. Oh, a little lull, a little bit of a moment's quiet and peace. It's okay. It's another boss. Couple more bosses. Get that top up now. There's another butcher in there amongst that lot. Oh, I can see another exploder. I mean, this midnight assault has actually been quite high in quantity of bosses, hasn't it? I mean, there's been quite a few. There's another exploder again. Wow. This is a busy wave 0. I mean, our class waves as being busy or not based on how many bosses. If all I get is trash, then as far as I'm concerned, it was a quiet assault. I keep saying the word wave, but obviously it's... the wave is 94. And these are like little mini assault numbers. Wait for him to go past. Get that one done. If I can repair this one, I can get that back one. Yeah, because the back one was out. I'm not going to look at the guillotines just yet. I'm going to let things carry on. If I look at them now, I know that they would have run out, and then I'm going to waste a load of branches, top them up. I'm gonna top them up in a minute when they need to be topped up. Oh, that's out. That's out. See, this I consider to be quiet because it's just trash zombies. So if it's just trash zombies, I don't consider it to be a busy wave. Because trash can be killed so easily. You know, a few cutters and the other basic traps, and even on wave 94, your trash are dead. You can just stand here and use, what, 20 branches and kill every trash mob in the game. Well, on a wave anyway. But the bosses are the ones that make a huge difference to how the wave functions. So yeah, the midnight assault was really quite busy. A lot of bosses. This 1 a.m. assault so far, I know it's still early days yet, but okay, we got an exploder. But in general, it's been reasonably quiet. pressure up now. Oh, here comes another exploder. Yet again, lots more trash. Oh, another oh, 2 more exploders. I think those guillotines might take a lot of damage if I'd reset them all. Ah, this exploder's stuck. Oh, and a boss. This exploder's got to go bang where he is, actually. Oh, he managed to get off. I don't think he's going to get much further, though. I'm waiting for the boom in the background. Oh, he got quite far. That tells me that a lot of the traps at the back there are now out of charges. So I'm going to run to the back here and just get some of this stuff up and active. It's clearly out. Although, let's just get some of these things up and active. Some of that stuff in there taking quite a bit of damage, you can see that. Right, we still haven't got the 2 AM wave yet, so there was quite a lot of bosses in that that 0 wave that caused problems throughout the whole flow of the base. But things should be okay now. I think we've got everything back in order. It does come down to how many bosses we get on that 2 AM wave, of course. That 2 AM wave is the big test for any base, because you can get just a massive wall of bosses. And they will ride through anything. They will just push through the lot. Bits of arms flying everywhere. Yeah, getting quite a few bosses now at the end of this 1 AM assault. The boss count is suddenly going up on this timer. Okay, it's now 2 AM. So the main force will be on its way. Depending on which spawn point it uses, it depends how quick that is. If it uses spawn point 1 in the road, as I call it, they will be here quite quick. If they use spawn point 2, which is the further road spawn, they can take a little while to get here. I'm just going to have a quick check of some things here. A 3, I tell you what, I'm going to put a 3 up. I'm going to put another 3 up. I'll get that fully repaired. Get that one there repaired. You know what? I'll leave that go now. I'll leave that go. Let's get back in case the big wave arrives. If it's going to arrive, it'll probably arrive now in the next few moments. If it doesn't arrive in the next few moments, then we could have a quiet one. It is random. So we look for patterns so many times, but it is random. So even though this is 94, which is a middle number between each block of 10, if the random number generated decides lots of bosses, then there's lots of bosses. At the moment, I can see a steady stream of trash. I cannot see a boss wave at all yet, which is going to tell me, I think, that we're not going to have one. Or if we do have one, it's going to be relatively small. Oh, here they come. So here are some bosses. I'm not going to flame them yet. I'm going to let the base cope. But of course, if more bosses turn up behind these bosses, like they're starting to, no, I'm going to flame them. Flame. Flame on. Burn, maybe burn. Right, that'll slow them down. It gives me a chance for me to go through the base, sort out things that need to be sorted. Like these. Like this. I don't think there's that many bosses on this wave, so I'm not going to go too mad. Yeah, that's just trash behind. That's just trash. Yeah, we're fine. Is this just trash at the back? At the trash at the back. Let's get inside. Let's check to make sure that these bosses are getting a little bit of a working over. Yeah, that's fine in here. It's fine in there. There's clearly something going on at the back there, but nothing to be concerned about. Just getting a few of these things up and active. Yeah, no problem at all. So it started off quite busy. Wave 0 was definitely a busy one. One of the busiest wave zeros, or you know, midnight assaults, whichever one you want to call them, that I've seen. I'm just going to give all these a quick repair because some of them are taking quite a bit of damage. Yeah, this one here is taking a huge chunk of damage. 60% loss. Oh, another 60% loss. That one's okay. Yeah, they take a lot of damage in this corner, only because the amount of guillotines means that exploders die here, and when the exploders die, they take, well, your traps will take damage. So with so many exploders dying in one little block, the traps at that location take quite a bit of damage. There we go. So that is wave 94 done. That was not too bad, actually. That was quite an enjoyable wave. I've used up a fair few branches, so I used what, about 100 or so on that assault, and then to repair the whole base will probably be another 100. So yeah, I'll be doing like 750. I'm gonna have to go on a serious bit of farming to get my resources back, but that's okay. I can cope with that. Right, thank you very much, everybody. I'm hoping that you are all going to be there for Wave 100 on the weekend. That is what I am pushing really hard for with these episodes. It is a bit of a quick fire, just get them done and hammered out, but we do want Wave 100 on a weekend, not on a weekday, and want to make a bit of a party. So I'm hoping to see you all on Twitch this weekend. There's 2 episodes, it's Wave 99 and Wave 100 at times that at least one of those should be good for everybody, no matter where you are in the world. One of them should be okay. I've spaced those times out as best I can so that it's good for everybody around the world. So if you can only make Wave 99, then don't worry, we'll try and make Wave 99 a bit of a party too. Clearly Wave 100 is going to be the super big party, but we'll make 99 as much of a party as I can. So be there for 99 as well, and we'll have some fun. And then obviously if you can stay or get there for Wave 100, it will be a big party time. So thank you very much, and see you all then. Bye.